There is a reason why James Bond won't seem out of place using a Sony Xperia smartphone. The Xperia Z5 has a classic design, is waterproof, and the integrated fingerprint sensor on the side button is straight from the future. Having said that, the Sony Xperia Z5 is a good smartphone that doesn't live up to the Xperia name in terms of battery life and using the camera at night. There isn't a Sony handset that I haven't loved. If you've got a Sony and maybe you've lost a flap or need an upgrade and you're still in love with your phone, you'll love the Z5, but there are a few things that might disappoint or let you down on. As a fan of the Xperia line, I get that they stuck with the same design language. They fixed the glossy back, giving the glass a frosty, more refined look and feel, leaving the Sony logo shiny. Unfortunately, that's where my love of their branding ends. The indented Xperia logo only serve a purpose, and since it is recessed, it's going to get dirty. I've actually been calling it the Ebola zone. But I guess since it is waterproof I can just wash it. The bezel is still big. If you're going to keep the same look, you need to keep up with the Jones. Curved displays and super thin bezels are all the rage. If Sony is just going to refine the handset, the screen-to-body ratio should be better. 69.6% edge plus 76.62%. It also creaks a bit, which only really make me feel good. They kept a 1080p display, which I approve of, and it's even nice and bright, but it has shitty viewing angles that aren't even that wide. The brightness and coding make are fine for outdoor viewing, but the panel quality could have been better. The battery life just isn't where it used to be. The Z2 and 3 were shocking beasts. As a heavy user I could go almost 2 days. That's what I loved most about Sony handsets, but the Z5 just isn't living up to the Xperia name. I don't feel confident going out for a late one without chopping up my phone. It feels like it will just get me through the most days, but not all days. Having said that, this seems to be the trend with a lot of phones right now. They come with fast charge instead of banging battery life. Personally, I'll take battery life over quick charge. But actually, I don't know why I can't have both. Maybe next year. Another thing that could improve is the camera and heatsink. Xperias have always run hot, so I don't think this is going to get much better, especially since they've gone with the Snapdragon 810. The camera is good actually, it's great. They could use a bit of tuning in low light because the noise reduction technology needs some work, but overall the performance is good enough. The 0.03 second autofocus is fast and it's most noticeable when taking video. That visible pulse isn't an issue like it is on other devices like the Galaxy series, which it also feels faster than. So if you're big on video, this is a phone that would creep to the top of my list. Even though it does have optical image stabilization, it feels fast like it does. The Xperia Z5 can take an amazing photo, no doubt about it. Manual mode helps a lot if you want to take nighttime shots. The street shot right above is in auto and the water shot to the left is taken with manual. Still not great, nothing like Huawei with their nighttime mode, but the much more usable than auto. Adding on a fast and accurate fingerprint sensor was a great call, and I like that it's on the side. But it is easier if you have small or mid-size hands. People with bigger hands have complained that it's not as easy to manage. You also have to get used to the fact that you have to push the button to scan your finger. Some others you just press your finger on it and it recognizes it to unlock. Adding to the fact that it's waterproof, has a micro South Dakota card slot and has CHX technology which helps to upscale low-res audio. There are some nice high-end surprises tucked away in this 5.2-inch handset. That's another thing I should praise the Z5 on. They haven't made the phone too big and avoided the 5.5-inch size that everyone is switching to.